Joining us live from Cleveland, Stephen Jackson, a NBA champion with the San Antonio Spurs. Steve, thanks for joining us. I want to start right with
anytime.
LeBron James, obviously. How much pressure is on him tonight to avoid the sweep?
It's a lot of pressure. I mean, you know, the Golden State Warriors are focused. The only way they can get that losing that 3-1 lead and having Cleveland come back and win the championship, the only way they can get that taste out their mouth is by sweeping these guys. And I know LeBron doesn't want that to happen. A lot of people are going to have a lot to say if they get swept. But he's focused. But at the end of the day, Jason, I look at it like this. How much more can this man do? Like, people are real hard on this man. He's averaging a triple-double in the finals. There's not more he can do. We need to start pointing fingers at these other guys because it's a team game, and he's definitely doing his job.
Well, hold on. He's the greatest player in the league. He constructed this team. You got no problem with the way he played in the last 90 seconds of Game 3?
I can see if he would have made a play and turned the ball over, but that was the right play. And I wouldn't be surprised if some kind of way when T. Lue drew up that play for him to go one-on-one, that he didn't set up that other option to have Kyle Korver take that shot because Kevin Love was setting the screen on that play. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Love and Kyle Korver, the little twist to that play was involved in that. But I really would have been happy if he would have took that shot and went to the basket and drew a foul.
You would have preferred for him to go to the basket and take that shot?
Yes, sir. No question.
All right. What would be more impressive? What the Cavs did last year, knocking off the best regular season team in NBA history, down 3-1, or what the Warriors are doing, perhaps sweeping through the playoffs? The sweep or what the Cavs did last year, what's more impressive?
I gotta go with the sweep. I mean, going 16-0 in the playoffs, coming back and sweeping the team that came back and beat you from a 3-1 lead, I think that's bigger. It's never been done. Nobody's won 16-0 in the playoffs. This is definitely one of the best teams ever. And to kind of put them in that category and put them above ahead of everybody, they need to go 16-0. Shaq went 15-1, but that's not 16-0. Going undefeated in the playoffs is something that's unheard of. It's never been done. So if they can do that, that's bigger than coming back from a 3-1 lead.
All right, all the old heads, former players, sports pundits like me, over 50 and above, we all are saying, look, they're great, but I would still rather have Jordan's 95, 96 Bulls. I would still rather have Magic and Kareem. Where do you stand on how great this Golden State team is?
This Golden State team is great, but I don't put them above the Lakers team. I don't put them above the Bulls team. You know, I put them right there with those teams, man. Those are all great teams, and we'll never know who would beat who. If I had to pick a team, I'd go with the Bulls because they had a little bit of everything. They had the best player ever, and they were real physical. They had the Worm. They had one of the best defensive wing players ever in Scottie Pippen. They had a lot of things to that team that I like, the style of play that I like. So not only is the best player, but they have a lot of guys I like on that team. So I would go with the Bulls, and I would never say nobody would beat that Bulls team.
All right, a lot of conversation about Kevin Durant, and is Kevin Durant passing by LeBron James? I think that's ridiculous talk. I think Durant's playing very well in these finals. I think Durant may be the second best player in basketball right now, but I don't see him catching up to LeBron James. What do you think?
You're a genius, Jason. I agree with you. Kevin Durant is definitely the best in this series. He's having a hell of a series. He's doing what he was expected to do. He's taking advantage of this moment. You know, he's leading his team, and everything that was said about him last year, this is his way of erasing everything and showing the world that, look, I want to win. I'm going for this championship. But at the end of the day, the king is still the king. LeBron is still the best player in the world, about to be the first player to average a triple-double in the finals. People need to stop talking that talk. This guy's dominant. He's not ready to walk off his throne, and I'm going to keep him on his throne until he's ready to step down.
All right, well, I'll ask you about both teams, but we'll start with Golden State. They're about to win their second title in 3 years. Do you see this team staying together? Do you see Klay Thompson being happy with his role? Do you see Steph Curry being happy, perhaps either sharing the #1 spot with Kevin Durant or being knocked down to #2? Do you see Golden State staying together for the next 3 or 4 years?
I do, especially when you got your main guy, your best player, Kevin Durant, already coming out ahead of time before it's even time to negotiate his contract and say, look, I'm going to take a pay cut. I'm going to take a $4 million pay cut to keep the core together, to keep this team together. That says a lot about the team and how much they want to win. You know, Clay understands that, you know, he kind of gets overshadowed a little bit, but he's going to make $80 to $100 million. So he understands, hey, that's still a lot of money, and I'll be able to be good, go to the finals for a couple years. For some reason, I think Steve Kerr and Mike Brown can keep that team together and be in the finals the next 4 or 5 years, and that's what I want to see. But I know these guys get along. I know they love playing together, and I know they want to win. And by KD coming out right early before his contract time is even coming up and saying he's going to take a pay cut, that says a lot about that team.
All right, LeBron James, what do you see in his future? Does he add another piece in Cleveland, or are we starting to see seeds planted for LeBron James to end up in Los Angeles, perhaps with the Lakers?
I don't want to see him go to L.A. I mean, he won't win in L.A. He can go to L.A. and then just be another star and get a lot of money off court. They're not a championship team right now unless Paul George go with him. But how about Paul George come here and have Kyrie here? I think that would be the better situation. Paul George is definitely the guy that if they are going to go for another piece, he's that guy. He's another guy that can come in and help X Durant out, because anybody they bringing in, they're bringing him in to compete with Golden State. I even heard talks about LeBron thinking about going to San Antonio. I would love that, because I want to see Kawhi have a lot of success, and I think those two guys together, that would be unbelievable too. So anywhere LeBron goes will be great, but I honestly think, Jason, I think he should stay here. I think I'm the biggest Kyrie Irving fan in the world. I wear his shoes. He needs to give me a shoe deal because I wear his shoes so much. But LeBron James, he needs to try to get Paul George here. That's the only logical thing I can see happening to make them better.
All right, there was a big controversy in Game 3 that was kind of undercovered. Did Steph Curry poop on Quicken Loans Arena? Did he go Randy Moss and take a poop on the court?
Nah, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. I think I'm right on this, Jay. You know, a couple years ago with Eddie House, somebody hit the big shot, and Eddie House was in I got the big balls, the big kahuna shot.
Yep.
Well, I think Steph was in the midst of he squatted in the midst of putting his hands down. He caught himself. I think it registered in his mind that everybody that done that got fined $15,000 to $25,000. So I think on his way to do that, he kind of caught himself, and it looked awkward. That's why he dropped his mouthpiece. So he was in the midst of doing it, but he caught himself, and that was a good move, Steph, because you was about to get fined for that one, buddy.
All right, we've gotten to the bottom of that. Final question, who wins tonight and why?
Golden State wins. I think the reason why they're going to win, Jay, is for the simple fact that the only way they can get that taste from being up 3-1 and losing that series is by sweeping these guys. They were confident coming into this series. They're even more confident now going up 3 after taking the Cavs' best shot in Game 3, and they still were able to win. They're going to come out tonight trying to finish this thing. And no other feelings better is to finish the championship on the opposing team's court. I think they focused on doing that. They will win tonight. The series will be over.